What's up, nerds? Welcome back to Real Reserve, where we talk about all things related to movies and physical media. I recently celebrated my 29th birthday. I know I'm knocking on the door of 30, but I've got some really cool movies that I've picked up for that occasion. My girlfriend went all out this year on the gifts, and I picked up a few things for myself. So without further ado, grab yourself a coffee and let's get into it. Contrary to the typical format of this type of video, rather than wait until the very end to show something cool, how about we switch it up a bit and show something cool to kick this thing off. So first up, we've got the Hellraiser box set from Arrow. This is called the Quartet of Torment. This is an awesome box set and one that I was excited for from the very first time that I heard about it. This has 4K discs of all 4 of the Hellraiser movies starring Doug Bradley, and I think it comes in a really cool package. It's got an awesome art book that has concept drawings from the initial creation of the Cenobites, as well as background information related to the making of the movies. Starting off with the cover, take a look at that. And the rear, I'm going to open this up and you'll see how that changes. So inside we've got a folding booklet that contains all 4 of the 4K discs. It's got this awesome sleeve on it that sits behind the main artwork of the box set. Pop that off, we see the skeleton revealed underneath. Take a look at the back. And now open it up and show all the discs inside. How awesome is that? Let me close this back up and I'll give you a peek at that art book. So here's the hardcover art book from inside. In the back. Here's an example of some of the concept drawings from the creation of the Cenobites. I don't know if YouTube's gonna censor this, but that's pretty gnarly as well. Here are a few screen tests with Doug Bradley in the full makeup. And finally, here's a photo of Doug Bradley with the makeup being applied. Overall, I think this is a really cool box set from Arrow. I'm a pretty big fan of the Hellraiser series, so obviously I'm excited to have all 4 of these films on 4K. This one has a premium price tag, but with the packaging and the extras that are included, I think it's well worth it. Next up, we've got one of my favorite movies from the 80s, and that's the Criterion 4K release of The Breakfast Club. Again, this is another release that I was really excited for whenever I first saw that it was announced and the pre-orders became available. This is gonna be an upgrade to 4K for me, as I currently only had this movie on DVD. Funny enough, a few years ago, I went on vacation to the mountains in Virginia, and every night before I went to bed, this is the movie that I watched. It's really cool to see a movie such as this get the Criterion release treatment, because honestly, this is a movie that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. Here's the artwork on the front. Here's the back. I really like this pastel color that they chose. I think it really pops and it just has a really retro feel to it. Inside, here are the discs as well as the booklet with extra information. I'm sure there are also hours worth of bonus content in this that I'll probably never get around to watching, but regardless, I threw this one in as soon as I got it and it still slaps just as much as it did the first time that I watched it. I'm really excited to have this one in the collection. Next up, we've got the 4K Kino release of Adam Sandler's Billy Madison. I don't tend to get too deep into the technical aspects of the 4K transfers for releases such as this, but I saw a few clips comparing the original Blu-ray release to the 4K transfer of this, and I was honestly blown away at what they were able to accomplish with the boost to the color and the saturation. That made me really excited for this release, and I can say it honestly did not disappoint in terms of visuals and sound. My one complaint with this and other Kino releases is how plain the disc artwork is. I know that's not a big deal, but they could do a little bit better in this department, in my opinion. Other than that, this is an awesome release of an Adam Sandler classic comedy. Similar to The Breakfast Club, as soon as I got this one, I had to give it a watch. Next up from Warner Brothers, we've got the Blu-ray release of Companion. I gave this one a watch on streaming before it came to Blu-ray, and I really enjoyed this one. I thought this was a pretty unique concept that hits on a lot of the modern day fears when it comes to AI and automation. It was also beautifully shot with great sound design, and overall I think it made for a very good thriller. If you haven't seen Companion, I definitely recommend you check it out. Give it a watch on streaming before picking up a copy for yourself. Next up, we've got a gift that I picked up for myself, which is the Umbrella limited VHS release of Terrifier 3. This one is actually sealed in its original packaging, and I found it for sale on Facebook Marketplace in a local for sale group. Shout out to Josh for giving what I think is a pretty good deal on this one. Like I've said in previous videos, even though I'm not typically this type of collector, I don't know if I'll ever get around to opening this one. I have the 4K steelbook of this already, so I think this is cooler to have as a collector's item and leave it sealed than it is to actually give it a watch. Regardless, I think it's really cool that Umbrella is putting out modern day horror slashers on VHS for the nostalgia factor alone. I've seen a lot of custom tapes for the Terrifier series on TikTok and on whatnot, but honestly, for the price that they're charging, you might as well just go out and pick up the official releases. With that said, I'm sure I'll be on the lookout for Terrifier 1 and 2 from Umbrella on VHS, so keep a lookout for those in upcoming videos. Continuing on with the Terrifier theme, we've got the Blu-ray release of All Hallows Eve. I forget whether it was YouTube or TikTok, but someone commented on one of my videos where I said that I had all the Terrifier movies on Blu-ray, that I didn't have All Hallows Eve. Well, you're right, you got me on that one, and now I have it. Although I've only seen All Hallows Eve once, being from 2013, I think it's really cool to see what Damien Leone was able to accomplish here and the feeling that he was able to get in the overall vibe on such a limited budget. If you've watched any of the other videos on my channel, then you'll know that I'm a huge fan of the Terrifier franchise and what they've been able to accomplish commercially over the last few years. Now I'm officially prepared to say that I own all of the Terrifier movies on Blu-ray. Someone's gonna comment and say that I don't own the Ninth Circle. That doesn't count. Keep those comments to yourself. Next up on Blu-ray, and based off of the novel by Adam Cesare, we've got Clown in a Cornfield. I first read Clown in a Cornfield 3 or 4 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. This release makes me really happy to see Adam Cesare getting the success and recognition that he deserves for such a cool story. And although this deviates slightly from the original storyline, I think this is a solid horror movie. If you're into the whole horror clown vibe and you want to see some really cool kill scenes, I definitely recommend you check out Clown in a Cornfield whenever you get the chance. Next up on Blu-ray from Vestron, we've got the Wishmaster 4-film set. This is a set that I've had in my hand several times at Walmart contemplating whether or not to get it. I ended up always putting it back in lieu of something else that I wanted more at the time, but my girlfriend went ahead and pulled the trigger and picked this one up for me. I'm obviously a really big fan of the Wishmaster series. I think the Djinn design is a really cool concept. There was some great makeup and special effects that were used in order to accomplish that look. I think the original performances from the guy that played the Djinn in the first 2 or 3 films is incredible. The way that he was able to act through the makeup and all the prosthetics is really cool to see. I haven't seen Wishmaster 4 yet, so it remains to be seen how decent of a movie that is, but for the time being, 1 through 3 are pretty solid in my opinion. Next up from Warner Brothers, we've got the 4K steelbook of the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I think this is a really cool release from Warner Brothers, and for a week or two, this was all that I saw on my timeline on both YouTube and TikTok. Not only the individual steelbooks such as this, but the full box set, people showing off the artwork and comparing to the original DVD box sets, or complaining that their pre-orders were canceled or delayed. I've also seen differing levels of criticism when it comes to this release, such as the desaturation that was done on the steelbook artwork, but in my opinion, this is a solid release. And as if you haven't seen this 100 times or you don't already own it yourself, here's the steelbook, just to give it a peek. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people complain about the desaturation on the artwork. I think it's pretty cool with the matte finish. Over to the back, and then with the discs on the inside. We've also got some pretty cool photo prints on the inside, as well as a certificate of authenticity. I'm embarrassed to admit that up until getting this release, I hadn't seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I own it on DVD, but for some reason, that copy looked absolutely terrible. I managed to make it 25 or 30 minutes into the movie, and I just had to turn it off. I'm happy to report that I've been able to watch this one on 4K, and I really enjoyed it, so I think I can call myself a horror collector slash fan now. With that said, which Nightmare on Elm Street film is your favorite? Let me know that down in the comments below. And last but certainly not least, from the man Quentin Tarantino himself, we've got Jackie Brown. This is actually one of the only Quentin Tarantino movies that I haven't seen. A friend of mine said that this was his favorite movie from Tarantino of all time, so of course that piqued my interest and made me pick it up. Sadly, I haven't gotten around to watching this one yet because honestly, I have to be in a certain mood to sit through another long-ass Quentin Tarantino movie with all of the long-winded dialogue that it's gonna have, but I'm gonna watch this one at some point in the near future. Feel free to hold me to that. As far as birthday pickups, that's all I've got for you today. Let me know down in the comments below what you think the coolest movie that I showed was, or what's the movie that you're looking forward to picking up the most for your birthday. If you like this video, do all the things, like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video for some reason, let me know down in the comments below what I can do better. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.